Hi, my name is Annette Malkin, and I am the founder of Culturewise Collective. We are a boutique marketing communications agency, and we specialize in lifestyle public relations, branded content creation, and strategic partnerships for the spirits, wine, hospitality, and travel industries. And today I wanted to share with you some communication strategies that you can keep in mind as we go into what I'm calling social distancing 2.0. And that is the next phase where restaurants and bars begin to reopen in certain cities with restrictions in place. You might be asking yourself as a brand, what can I do to re-engage with the trade, to reconnect with the on-premise? What should I keep in mind in my communications with them? And also how to continue to communicate with your target consumer and provide them value. The first tip that I have for you is to test, listen, learn, modify, and repeat. And this will mostly be on social media, and many of you have been probably doing some social listening, but I urge you to continue to do so. You'll be able to glean some insight into what these different audiences need, and then you can kind of look at your value proposition and modify it as needed. I think you want to keep in mind to continue to be genuine, and transparency and tone will continue to be important, but you don't need market research to kind of glean from this. It could be overwhelming. So I encourage you to start a task force within your organization, get everybody involved, join those private Facebook groups that the industry has created, see what your competitors are doing, check in with key accounts, check in with the resources that are being provided by industry and trade organizations, check in with your ambassadors and the sales force, and let that dictate what your communication strategy is. Another thing to keep in mind is don't flip the switch. Don't abandon what you've been doing to create virtual experiences and online connection, especially if that's been working. A lot of consumers won't be rushing out to the bars and restaurants. They'll have kind of some pause about that. And a lot of the trade, unfortunately, won't be going back to work. So just continue to provide those virtual experiences. And I think this will be more akin to a light dimmer, if you will, versus flipping that switch. Also, keep in mind that there is a power in creating an alliance to really start a movement, and that there's no need for you to kind of navigate this alone. In fact, by coming together with others in the trade, or by partnering with organizations or other brands or entities, you could help to enhance your brand value, and you could also raise more awareness. One example I saw within the trade was Other Half Brewery. They created a global alliance inviting all breweries from around the world to join them in the All Together campaign. And I think last I saw, they have over 560 breweries from around the world that they've partnered with. Another example outside of the industry is Better Brands, and this is a coalition that was created with small business owners, entrepreneurs, and they each pledged to give a percentage of proceeds of whether their product or a particular product, and together they've raised over $3 million, and they've generated a ton of press coverage, and each of those brands is kind of perceived for its goodwill in giving in a time in need. And this is something that they wouldn't have been able to create that impact alone. So there definitely is value in creating that alliance. Another thing you should keep in mind is these new rules of engagement. You know, when we start talking about and when we're allowed to do events and virtual tastings, I know a lot of brands rely on experiential to really engage with both the trade and consumers. But with social distancing 2.0, how can you continue to engage in a meaningful way and also provide like VIP experiences? I'm based here in Miami, and I saw a boutique for Mother's Day. They opened it up to 1 hour appointments to go shopping, and it was created a very personalized experience. We've already kind of seen this trend of personalization, customization being a way to engage kind of your patrons and consumers. And so this is something to keep in mind. Creating a very exclusive, intimate experience with your ambassadors for tastings, doing stuff to support the on-premise. Of course, you want to make sure that you're doing those things in a compliant fashion, but definitely starting to think about how you can engage in this new reality. Lastly, I want to talk to you about, just serving with gratitude. And have you been able to track, the consumers that have been engaging with your brands, the off-premise that have been supporting, and just in general, the on-premise that will support you as they reopen? And how can you reward them for that? How is it time to start a loyalty program? Is it time to create a private Facebook group with exclusive content? These things don't have to be costly to a brand. They just have to feel genuine and they have to feel special. And just communicate that. I think that no matter what you do as a brand, you need to ensure that it is aligned with your brand identity, with your brand mission, and that it comes across as authentic and genuine. I think a lot of brands will try to jump on this bandwagon of wanting to give back, or kind of this Me Too brand, and that's going to backfire on them. I think that the folks at home, consumers, the trade, they're kind of seeing the brands that are putting people first and that are serving with gratitude, and I think that's going to go a long way and be very indicative in terms of a brand success. So I hope that you've enjoyed and learned from these communication strategies, and just feel free to contact us. You can find us on LinkedIn or across social media, and we'd be happy to help you as you navigate social distancing 2.0. Thank you.